Aquarius, welcome to your reading. I apologize. I missed the new moon, March 2nd. This message is timeless, so if you find yourself attracted to the title description, then there's a message here for you. So just tune in, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as they say. But I just apologize. I started a new gig, moving from second to first shift, and took a moment to adjust, and then I got this weird cold, and then the solar storms that have been coming in for the last few weeks. Finally feeling back to normal. So thank you. I appreciate you. Gratitude. And so new moon, full moon, as we use these energies that affect all of us. The moon affects 70%, affects water. We're made of 70% water. The earth is 70% water. So we work with the moon energies to plant intentions for new manifestations, goals, dreams, desires, wishes. And then, and this is how we work with the magic of the universe. This is how we begin to be magi's, the flowering magi, you know, we're all the flowering magi. This is how we all begin to, tolerance, coming up a lot. Tolerance, being tolerant with yourself, more compassionate, being tolerant for others, showing the tolerance, you know, being the peace that you wish to see in the world kind of energy that wanted to be seen. So, and then the full moon we use for releasing emotions, allowing them, working with the full moonlight to release things that are in our energetic and emotional vibration, or maybe that we're focusing on, that are keeping us from manifesting those things that not only show us that we are co-creators, working in co-creation with the universe and the divine. However, the divine, whatever name or box you want to drop the divine into, that whole energy, whatever, we transmute in the moonlight, that we allow the moon to pull that out of our watery emotional energy, those things that are deeply embedded. And the full moon is also a time of ancestors, receiving messages from our ancestors. You are the path that your ancestors have walked all the way back to antiquity. You are the culmination of all that here and now, walking on the planet, existing. So that being said, they have knowledge, they have wisdom, they have guidance for you. So we're tapping into that knowledge. Okay, I'm rambling on, but I wanted, all that being said, angels, ancestors, divine guides, spirit, the great power that holds up and creates worlds, the first source and center, the fountain of the all. Please fill and infuse this space with your love, your light, your high vibration to protect us from any distortion, disturbance, resistance, interference from within or without that would keep us from hearing, seeing, knowing, acting, feeling clearly. We are humbled with appreciation, gratitude, and service. Alright, so this is the Oracle of the Grail Code. And let's see, whoa, right off the bat, Aquarius. Your energy, of course. Wisdom. And some of you may have Aries in your chart. Aries got this same oracle card. So if you have, maybe some of you have your moon in Aries, or a lot of Aries in your chart, you might want to just check into Aries reading. But wisdom. I love this deck so much because the artwork is just so beautiful. Sophisticated, very, very sophisticated. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's just read the story of wisdom. And you tap in how it resonates with you, which is why you were here, to believe in your own intuition. Listen and build your relationship with your own intuition. Wisdom, with her ability to discern right and true conduct, and her sense of worldly experiences, moves nobly and serenely into your life. The answers you are seeking require common sense and good judgment. You need to take the time to arrive at the best course of action by letting yourself get involved, by testing and trying and figuring out. Do you live in a strongly defended ivory tower, far removed from the day-to-day business of life, or do you watch life go by from a safe distance, declining to engage? Are you distrustful of your own wisdom and ability to make decisions? Because as a child, your will, discernment, and intellectual curiosity were effectively trounced by your parents, church, teachers, or early caregivers? Perhaps you have some far memories, also known as past life recall, of the time you were burnt for being an old woman of wisdom, hag, and find it difficult to stand in the power of your wisdom. All of life itself is the path of amassing knowledge. Living to the utmost allows you to hone experience into wisdom. Keeping yourself in a tight, narrow little box, trying to live safe from hurt, pain, illness, and loss is the coward's way out and a living death. It is living fearlessly, not without fear, but facing and stepping through your fears that teaches wisdom. Stop protecting yourself from life. When you dance and sing life to the fullest, your reward is wisdom in your elder years and the satisfaction of a life well lived. Your gift to your community is a wise old crone/hag/person worth well beyond their weight in gold. You know, in this card, I adapted a little because this deck is very feminine and it speaks to the feminine, but you know, the principle still applies. And this is about your knowledge and experience and everything that you've learned till now. Your journey has given you knowledge and experience that is unique to you. Alright, well, let's find out more. So the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck is what we'll use next, and this is for guiding through lunar and seasonal changes. And we'll start with the new moon that was on the 2nd. You know, this recent past energy, March 2nd, new moon in Pisces, which is about dreams and illusions and things in the subconscious. And we'll find out, because your higher self and your spirit team are always working, your divine guides, your divine you know, team, they're always, and ancestors are always, you know, nudging you, guiding you, and subconsciously, you know, this is, you already are following cues subconsciously, clearly, obviously, Captain Obvious here, you know, following your cues, and not even knowing it, like subconsciously, when your ancestors or your higher self or intuition or spirit is guiding you. And this is, the art of tarot is about getting more in tune with that, receiving your messages and following spirit when it's saying, go this way, do this, you know, make a left, make a right, go straight, slow down, speed up, look that way, you know. So that being said, what happened March 2nd for Pisces? What did the collective move and choose? Through their moving and choosing, what did they create? What is the message for the collective of Aquarius for the Pisces new moon? That was March 2nd. Oh, wow. The Divine Masculine. Some of you, wow. And the full moon in Virgo. That was on the 18th. The full moon in Virgo. Full moon in Virgo. Wow. Yep. Sounds about right, man. And then the new moon in Aries. Oh, wow. Haha. Bottom of the deck. Wow. Speaking of the new moon and new beginnings, a portal is opening. A doorway has opened. Something new has begun. Something has ended and something new has begun. Wow. So this Aries new moon is on the 1st. So the 2nd will still be in the new moon energy of Aries, which Aries is, you know, is the god of war, battle, you know, strategic, takes control, you know, is a ruler, an authority, accepts his power, accepts his Very, very potent energy. And it's interesting because you've got the divine masculine, the lunar god. And this is about accepting your power. You're more, this is the card that's telling you you are more powerful than you think you are. And you have more power than you know, in some kind of situation, and you know, probably related to your wisdom. And this is about, it's time to step up and lead. It's time to step up and accept your power. It's time to step up into your power and your authority, which is perfect coming in to the next new moon for Aries. Like this is also about, you know, protecting others, standing up for others, that you have a lot of strength and power to stand up for others who might not be as strong as you, who might not be as wise as you. And this is also the energy of taking care of yourself, your vitality and your health, to keep your body, your actual physical body strong. But this is all about your strength, your power, your leadership. This is beautiful. And so this is maybe some of you, you know, you desire to get in shape, you desire to lead or take a position of leadership, or let's find out. So now we'll use the tarot of a moon garden, which I only use for moon readings, moon work, and special readings, extra special readings. It fell all the way over here onto these cards, did ya? Well, you know what? Okay, now tell me about the masculine, please. Are you sure? Okay. Masculine. It's just interesting how these 3 cards, or 4 cards, fell over here directly on the full moon energy. Okay, so Knight of Swords, which is interesting, because so that's also a protective energy. Knight of Swords. This is a very protective energy coming in to save the day. You know, very interesting. Mental, but this is also Aquarius. It's a sword. Represents your the element of air in the tarot. Mental energy, clarity, truth, focus, information, choice. But this is also wisdom. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is, you know, family energy. Protecting someone in your family, protecting someone you love and care about. Maybe something happened recently. You had to stand up for somebody that you love. Let them know they're not alone, that they're protected. Knight of Swords, 10 of Cups. This could also be your emotional wholeness. And realizing, you know, this key coming in. This is a fast-moving and protective energy. But it's also, maybe this is, you know, the clarity coming in, or because it represents an action or a change. Maybe you feeling emotionally whole because you realize how strong. Maybe you were put through something or experienced something that taught you how strong you are, taught you how to be strong, how to lead, how to stick up for others. There's wisdom here. It was a wise decision. It was a wise action. It was a wise choice. It brought you some kind of contentment, completion when it comes to love and relationships and emotional fulfillment. This is also something coming to a completion. We have the new moon beginnings here. So this is something that has ended and the 0 is released, and we have a new beginning, right? Gorgeous with the, you know, again, the Knight of Swords. This is you. You took action on something, and I think you protected somebody, or you spoke up for somebody. You stuck up for somebody, and for some of you it could have been a child in your family or somebody from the past. We have 6 of Cups, which is an energy of someone returning from the past, or childhood times, things you carry with you from childhood into adulthood. It's also a card of the return of lighter times, good times, times when things that are not so stressful, like when, you know, the stereotypical idea of a childhood, because, you know, we all know that everyone's childhood wasn't there are many people whose childhoods would feel a lot of stress and anxiety. But, you know, the idea that a child, you know, children playing with childhood abandon, you know, worries, no stresses, no bills, no responsibilities, that type of thing. But for some of you, yeah, you chose to maybe stick up for a family member, and maybe it was a child, your child, or maybe you stuck up for yourself, something from the past, however that resonates with you. And then we have the Two of Staffs, which is interesting because we have the new beginnings, that new moon energy in the second. Aries is a fire sign, staffs are fire energy, and this is about, you know, this making a very impassioned decision, an exciting decision to move forward, take the world in your hands and move forward. It's time to lead. It's time for you to step into your, you know, whatever this is that's happened. Now you know who you are, you know what to do, you know your power. And it's interesting because what it fell on, and I love when this happens, this is the full moon position, and this has been happening through all the readings. A full moon ends up in the full moon position. The full moon in Virgo, and we got the egg moon, which is coming up this spring. The egg moon is, I have it written down here, I believe the egg moon is the April. Okay, so we're right on time. Duh, I'm sorry to be slow. The egg moon is April. Yep. It's interesting. The egg moon, they call it the pink moon. Yeah, this is April, duh, coming up. And this is a card of celebration and rejoicing. I'm going to read it to you, because this is also kind of in the position of the action that you should take. Like, you need to release any fears or distrust that you have about... Here, let me read it to you first. Because all of this is fair. This is very interesting. Maybe this Knight of Swords is about trust. Trusting somebody in your family. Trusting yourself from your past. Remember they said something about your child. The book said something about the childhood. Somebody said something to you in your childhood. Wait. They sure did. Hold the phone. Are you distrustful of your own wisdom and ability to make decisions because as a child your will, discernment, and intellectual curiosity were effectively trounced by your parents? Who does that resonate with? Because that's what this is saying. This is clearly talking about a way that you think or feel or see yourself changing that came from the past, from family. And now it's time to move forward. It's time to get rid of that belief and move forward. And remember they talked about trust, and you got trust. So this is definitely, for a major part of the collective, the message is trust. So that's why we're going to read it. And this is right on time with what's coming up in the new moon. Wow. These readings have been phenomenal. I'm so grateful and appreciative to be able to facilitate, to be able to learn. This is just amazing. Trust yourself, develop self-trust, and joy will follow. You can rely on your own capabilities. Begin to plan carefully for the future. And that's exactly what the Two of Staffs is. Stew of Taffs. The Two of Staffs is about moving forward, making an impassioned and bold decision to leave the past behind and move forward. It's exciting, you know, it's a fiery, you know, it's that sacral chakra, that feeling in your stomach when you get fired up. And this is also a card people describe as, you know, you've been presented with two choices, and both of them are good because they were presented by the divine. But this is, yeah, it's time to start planning for your future. It's time to make choices to plan for your future so you can move forward. Wow. Very synchronized reading. It is the beginning, and I trust myself in all things. Wow. Pisces. Aquarius. Wow. Aquarius. Wow. Right? Because, wow. Unbelievable. Apart from the trust we might develop spiritually with our higher power, self-trust is the basis of all other trust. So something happened to some of y'all in your childhood, and somebody taught you not to believe in or trust in yourself. Self-trust is a surety that we can rely upon ourselves, that our decisions are valid, that we ourselves matter, that knowing ourselves combined with trusting ourselves leads to better, more informed decisions about all aspects of our life, including career and relationships. You've got this wisdom over here. Self-trust is more than a flashy show of confidence. It is deeper and farther reaching than that. It is security at the very core. That no matter what, our wisdom matters and it is best. Wow. There it is. There's the title to your video. Trust that your wisdom matters and it is best. It allows for flow and for faith in oneself and the way you do things, moving and choosing in the world. The choices you make to move forward. Wow. Self-trust is full acceptance of ourself. As accepting oneself becomes easier, thus self-trust will begin to shine. This gives great momentum to anything we choose to tackle or do. Watch this. Our ancestors saw spring, the great thawing, as a new beginning. Wow. So you have ancestors too who may be trying to contact you, showing up in dreams, sending you signs, symbology, interactions with insects, animals, radio stations changing, songs coming on, a cologne or fragrance they used to wear. Just be aware, be open. It's amazing. Our ancestors saw spring, the great thawing, as a new beginning. They would walk the marshes and plains and find newly laid eggs. More than just a symbol of fertility and new hope, the eggs meant that the worst of the cold was over. And that new life really was here. The egg moon was a time of celebration and rejoicing. And this is your time. Wow, it's very powerful. Like it's kind of taking me aback a little bit. So trust, celebration, and rejoicing. That's the time when what else do we need to know about trust? Okay, Three of Pentacles. Trust in yourself and your abilities. It's a new cycle beginning because the Wheel of Fortune is on the bottom, a new cycle. Trust in your skills and abilities to take care of you, to support you. You got Three of Pentacles. The King of Cups. This is that trusting in yourself, trusting your emotions, right? Water energy. Maybe some of you don't make the best decisions because you are because you let your emotions affect you, or you don't know how to handle your emotions or your temper or something, or maybe even something about loving yourself, because the King of Cups is very mature energy, very emotionally mature energy, let me say that. Very emotionally balanced, you know, very in control of his emotions and in tune, aware of his emotions, is a person who is got no hang-ups or resistance about love, can give love, can receive love, can love himself, herself, you know, you know, the king is just, this is just an energy, so male and female. For some of you, it could be a water sign, might even be a father figure, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But I really think this is about trusting and loving yourself and trusting your skills and your abilities to take care of yourself, to manifest your desires, Three of Pentacles, to grow and expand. And then we have the Emperor, which this energy, number one, not only are we going into a new moon in Aries in the new year, but this is the energy of the divine masculine. And so is this, the masculine, the lunar god. And you have the Emperor here taking back control. It can very much be, this is the card of Aries. Again, this is major arcana, but this is something, there's an energy here of you taking back your power, your authority, your control, your wisdom. The Emperor is very wise. The Emperor is the king of all king, the king of all masters. He makes the right move. He makes the right choices. Very, very wise energy. So you need to trust in yourself and your power and your abilities. And then for the new moon in Aries, it's interesting because we got the hot moon, and Mars is Aries planet. And this is about handling challenges, adversities, extreme situations with grace and ease, staying centered and balanced, acting from your wisdom and maybe not your emotions, you know, if that resonates with anyone's current situation. Tell me more about the new moon extremes. You know, so if something is happening, let's see, yep, Two of Cups. And the Empress is on the bottom. Wow. This is the lunar god too, protects. And this is Venus energy, but you know, she's very in tune with the emotional energy of the moon. Let's, you know, Venus and the moon have a, you know, well, they have a relationship in the sky. You know what I'm saying? You know, they come out together. But this is abundance returning. This is you nurturing, and this is a card of self-nurturing, self-care, taking. So there, for some of you, this is really about you taking care of yourself, taking back your power, taking back your mental space, your solar plexus energy, your power. But with extremes, yeah, balance, handle, choose, make. When if anything comes up, choose balance and peace and love and harmony. The Two of Cups here. That's the choice you make. Don't, whenever, if anything, any challenges, any adversities, any conflicts come up, you take the higher road. And it's not even about the higher road. It's this is how you get through, and this is how you come through victorious on the other side. This is, you know, a card of abundance and joy as well. And you have trust here with celebration and rejoicing. No matter what comes your way, because you have the Empress. The Empress is the Midas touch. The Empress is, you know what I mean? She's in touch with all her abilities and powers to manifest and, you know, to stay positive, to listen to her intuition and follow the signs. Like, this is blessed, abundant, fertile energy. And that's what's on this new beginning. Right? So whatever comes up, moving forward, Aquarius, choose emotional peace, balance, choose to act from your wisdom and a centered, wise place. This is what the new moon, and let's see, the hot moon is actually in June. This actually, I believe, is the hot moon is in June. Strawberry, or the hot moon. Yep. So if something specifically happens in June, if this is resonating with anybody for you know, whether it be a court case, whether it be something happening in June, a family event, handle extremes, choose love, balance, harmony, and peace. That 2022, that 222 energy. But this is what we're also planting in the new moon energy. Peace, balance, being done with these extremes, a new beginning. All right. Let's see how the collective moves and chooses. See what happens in the next reading. I'm excited. All right, Aquarius. Trust in your wisdom.